Okay, let's play some more PCM 25 career mode. So far, I think it's fair to say our team has been winning left and right, but we are still in trouble. Financially, Siroko for Endurance is set to be bankrupt in 2 months. One solution is scoring prize money, which we are doing, but I think we have to do more. We have to reduce our costs. Like, it's far from ideal, but I think we have to fire our staff. I have to be honest, this is painful, but it is necessary. So, my 3 coaches are fired, and because of that, we save 15,000 euros per month. That said, firing my scouts is a bit more difficult, because in the last episode, we found a WONDERKID, and I don't want to lose David Kuhar. His scout is Micha Drinovic, so I don't want to fire him. But I do want to fire Alfonso Rodriguez Hidalgo. Oh, never mind, I can't. That's kind of a bummer. I wanted to save on 7,000 euros. Turns out I can't fire my doctor either because we don't have any. Anyway, because of firing our coaches, we do have an extra half a month to play with, so that's the good thing. Now it's time to do some racing because we desperately need prize money. Today we're starting off with a hilly one-day race, Gran Premio Miguel Indurain. After that, it's time for a second World Tour race, Itzulia Basque Country, and I'm looking forward to it. And lastly, a very important race for our sponsor, Vuelta Asturias. Anyway, let's begin. Okay, starting off with GP Indurain, hilly parkour, descent finish, Enric Mas del Toro Carapaz, so difficult competition. And our big man, Ivan Romeo, is here. Ay, starting off with a -2 on Ivan Romeo, so not exactly the best daily form I've ever seen. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but looking at the finish line, to be honest, the first rider that gets over the top of that last hill will win the race, so I think these type of races are kind of easy on PCM. What I'm saying is, I should win this. Entering the last 16 kilometers as we speak, riders are attacking left and right, but Fraile is controlling everything for both Okamika and Romeo because Okamika actually has a great day. Ooh, attacks once again on the next hill, Stone Mitte, Del Toro and so forth, but no separation, but there goes Carapaz with a proper attack now, and Unai Ramos is trying to control, but he can't do that, so Sivakov has to do it for Del Toro, but they're capping me now. I don't have much energy, so I'm trying not to overextend. Quite a few riders have bridged up towards Carapaz. I don't have the energy for that yet. I need to move now because small hill then descend. Come on, Romeo, you gotta bridge. You have to bridge, Romeo. You have to do it into this ascent. Come on, Romeo. All in. I don't think I'll make it. We didn't make it. We did not get to the group. 16 seconds and I'm completely out of energy, and I need energy because a steep hill is coming. I was jinxing it at the start of the stage when I said, oh, I can't lose this stage. Well, look at it. I'm losing it big time. Ivan Romeo, ay. The victory is gonna come from this group up here. And the winner is Isaac Del Toro. At the end of the day, Romeo and Okamika finished 7th and 8th, so quite disappointing. Now it's time for the big one. Itzulia Basque Country, a 6-day stage race in Basque Country. Starting off at a 16-kilometer flat time trial, followed by a sprint stage. After that, 3 hill stages, but I think this last one is made for Govikar. And as always, the race finishes off with a medium mountain festival. Our GC leader is obviously Ivan Romeo with 77 time trials, so I reckon I might hunt for a top 5 in GC. And of course, our sprinter is Mateusz Govikar. Ouch, Remco Evenepoel at the start line together with Jonas Vingegaard, so those are the 2 big guns. But for this time trial, we are 5th favorite, so let's do some damage. Okay, Romeo is on the roads, going on 90, let's drop it back to 85 now, because this time trial is basically so short that we won't be able to spend our entire yellow bar. But of course, we can't go above 85 for too long, because we don't want to spend our entire red bar, because if the red bar is fully empty, my rider slows down. We are about to pass our first Minutemen, so that is nice. There we go, let's keep going, Romeo. Entering the last 2.5 kilometers, passing Biscara, but I gotta make sure I don't spend my red bar fully, so let's drop it to 85. I want to spend it fully by the finish line, but not yet. Last kilometer now, I'll wait. 86, maybe 87 soon. 86 is fine. To the finish line. First time for now, 28 seconds on Baroncini. Honestly, I reckon that was a perfect time trial. Honestly, the climbing competition in this race is severe. Ciccone, Tiberi, Rodriguez, Carapaz, Mas, then Remco Evenepoel, and of course, Jonas Vingegaard. So top 5 in GC will actually be quite difficult. Remco Evenepoel about to cross the finish line. First time, 14 seconds on Romeo. Do we get beaten by Vingegaard? No, we don't. So second place in the first time trial of Itzulia, that's great for Romeo. Taking a massive 30 seconds on literally every GC rider except Remco. And I feel like we're gonna need those 30 seconds. Anyway, next up is not a GC stage, it's a sprint stage, but it's got an intermediate sprint at the finish line. That's gonna be weird. But actually, the sprint field in this race is terrible, so we've got a solid chance of winning this. Ouch, starting with a -2 on Govikar, so not exactly the day I was expecting on the man. 73 sprint stat though, so I reckon we should be fine. I don't know why, but there's no breakaway in this stage, so I reckon I will attack with Okamika because 3k win points, why not? There we go, over the top, and we are KOM leader now, I think. Yeah, we can see it on the right top, 3 points. Anyway, I'll drop back to the peloton though, because sitting in the breakaway alone with Quickstep chasing me for no reason, that is not a fun adventure. There we go, entering the last 9 kilometers, my sprint train at the front of the peloton, and I see no other sprint train, so I feel like I've got no competition here. Last 2 kilometers, Frale is ready to take over right now. I can't sprint yet because of the intermediate sprint at the finish line. Now I can sprint. Govekar and the wheel can launch right now before this corner, because corners in last kilometers means slower running. There we go. Mateusz Govekar takes the victory once again ahead of Timo Kielich. Like, our lead-out train had 0 competition, our sprinter had 0 competition. This was an easy victory, especially for a World Tour race. Oh, a small gap in the peloton, but it's not important because there's no GC riders in the first 7. By the way, not exactly a surprising statistic, but Mateusz Govekar is the most winning rider in the world at the moment with 13 victories, so 5 more than Jasper Philipsen. Our man is absolutely cooking at the moment. Ooh, stage 3 is set to be a GC stage. Remco Evenepoel as the favorite, but the last 50 kilometers does not look that hard, so what if Govekar can survive? Honestly, I think it's possible, so let's try it. Okay, starting off with a +1 on Govekar, that is nice, and Ramos and Okamika can go in the breakaway because Mr. Okamika has the KOM jersey on, and I want to keep that on his shoulders. Today's fast climb is a third cat climb, so only 3 points available. Looks like we've got a friend, Jonas Grego, but then again, he looks like his energy is almost empty, so we should easily beat him here on top, so let's attack early. Ramos can just follow the wheel of him, but we are getting those points for sure. There we go, Okamika takes the 3 points. The next 2 climbs are also third cat climbs, so 3 points each. 2 riders from the breakaway are dropping Ramos and Jonas Grego, but a new companion has arrived, Jon Izagirre, and I am a little bit scared of that man because that is a proper climber. Hola, 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 Izagirre is in trouble again, so Okamika is riding off towards his second KOM point, and I'm not complaining about that. Actually, Izagirre has been caught by the peloton already, and Gaudu is chasing us down. Now I'm terrified. But Okamika is all good for these points, so once again 3 points in the pocket. And as you can see, we're now on 9 points in total. Aye, attacks from the peloton behind Leo Biziot, a proper talent from France. We are trying to follow on. 89, 90, come on Okamika. 99 last 500 meters. Oh, there they are. Okamika's gonna lose. I went too far. I went too deep. We are getting second on this one. And sadly, our man Okamika is completely done for and now caught by the peloton. But I want to keep going for KOM points, so there goes the attack of Omar Fraile past Biziot, and suddenly we are in the breakaway again, solo. And actually, it's a second cat climb, so Fraile takes 6 points here on top. And the next climb is also a second cat climb, so once again 6 points for Fraile. Our team is now 1-2 in the KOM classification with Fraile and Okamika, 12 and 11 points. Like, it's not ideal that the points are distributed across 2 riders for us, but it's not like we had a choice here. With about 37 kilometers to go, Fraile is on the second last climb of the day, a very steep one. Third cat climb, but he'll take the points once again, an extra 3 points. There we go, Fraile over the top with 40 seconds on the peloton. He's now got 15 points. And actually, Fraile is about to get caught, so I might as well wait on the peloton myself and save some energy. Okay, the last climb is about to start. Once again, very steep, but a flat finish, so the finish is not on top of the climb, which means that I'm going for Govekar, I think, but if Govekar does not survive, then it's gonna be Romeo. So let's see what happens here. Fraile is going 93, Mintegi in the wheel. I need to keep myself in position. Paulus on the right trying to move up, but I don't want that man to get a gap. I don't want Remco to get a gap either. Mintegi takes over on 93, over the top. Perfection. Govekar is gonna go for the stage. In the last 2.8 kilometers, a windy descent at the moment. The flat portion is about to start, and I reckon I'll start sprinting pretty soon with Romeo right now before this corner. Govekar, oh, I misclicked. Govekar can launch right now. From the wheel we've got, on the left Van Gils, we have Adria, Mosca. Govekar is gonna make it, I think. It's gonna be close. No. Govekar takes it again. Second stage win in a row for Mateusz, and a perfect finish for Romeo as well, because there seems to be a gap here somewhere. Yeah, a large gap, because only 16 riders in the front group. It is quite crazy to think about the fact that Mateusz Govekar won 5 stage wins in World Tour already this year. 3 at Catalunya and 2 at Basque Country. And actually, it's quite a proper gap to the likes of Carapaz and Ciccone and Martinez and Butrago, all on 31 seconds. But the likes of Remco and Jonas Vingegaard finished in the same group. This does mean that most of the competition is now on a minute plus of Romeo. I'm honestly starting to think that a podium is possible here. On to once again a hilly stage, but the last 20 kilometers is harder. The Itzulia climb, that's a steep steep and hard one. So yeah, Govikar is not surviving this. This is GC territory, so all about Romeo. I do think I want to go in the break again to try and take all the KOM points along the way. So the stage has begun, but Fraile is still in the peloton. As you can see, the reason is I'm actually pacing in the peloton to control any attacks that happen, because I feel like the peloton on PCM25 over controls any breakaway attempt, so I can't get away too much in the first 20 kilometers anyway. So my plan is to pace with Govikar until the foot of that first climb to then go with Fraile. On the climb now, gap is 50 seconds, so Fraile needs to make the bridge himself. Mintegi trying to close it down a little bit. There goes Fraile on the left side of the road. This is not actually going as well as I thought, because I didn't expect the gap to be 40 seconds. There we go, but it's 1 kilometer to the top, and I don't think I have the energy. Can anyone outsprint me? Yes, they can. Everyone is outsprinting me here, so actually, I might get third. Ooh, I think it's third, so at least I got a point. But hey, Fraile is in the breakaway, that is the most important part, especially with so many hills upcoming, so many KOM points. 1.3 kilometers to the top, Fraile is spacing at the moment. I don't want to go too early either. I'll go right now. That's too late, I think. That's too late, maybe. Now all out in the final stretch. Come on, let's try and pass Roland over the top. No, it won't be possible. Yes, it will be possible, but yes, we take the points. The next climb is right here. They're going early. They're going early. I'll try and go 99 again. I've got the speed that they don't have. Come on, Omar. Get to the line. Get to the line. Oh! Not first. I think we get third on this one, so a single point. 1.5 kilometers to the top. It's a bit of a surplus on this climb. No one's really pacing. Am I gonna be the one that attacks first? Yes, I am right now, a bit early, but I feel like I've got the energy to do so. Now I'll go 99 towards the top. That is too fast. A bit slower, a bit slower. Come on. I went way too early, and I'm getting 0 points as a consequence. That was a mistake. Come on, Fraile, time for some revenge. 1.4, 1.3, 1.2. I want to try and move up a little bit on 87. Are attacks coming? Yes, they are right there. Let's try and stay in the wheel for a little bit. Stay in the wheel right now, 99. I think I went too late. Can I come past? No, I can't. I'm not sure I got any points there. Actually, I got 1 point there, which isn't exactly much. There we go, from the front, very early by Fraile, very early. I'm going early because I want to try and win this somehow. There goes 99 Fraile on the right. Is that doing anything? No, I'm getting 0 points again. Going early clearly is not the good strategy. Then why do I keep doing it? Anyway, 22 points for Fraile. I was hoping to have a bit more. About 35 kilometers left in the stage with a proper climb left to come. Itzulia and this breakaway has 2 minutes, so this ain't gonna work. Okay, the breakaway is starting to climb, the peloton as well just behind, and Romeo is in the perfect position. Let's keep it that way. Come on, Fraile. Survive the climb, buddy. Survive the climb. I don't think he will. The tempo in the peloton is just too high. Attacks at the front. Attacks at the front. I'm pretty sure that's Vingegaard attacking from the peloton. Yes, indeed. Fraile is in his wheel. I'm actually moving towards them right now with Romeo. Last kilometer to the top. I want to make a move myself, I think. I want to make a move myself right now. 99 by Romeo on the right side of the road. Jonas Vingegaard in the wheel. Then we've got Nerurkar and Evenepoel. And Vingegaard is on a gap. Jonas Vingegaard is on a gap by our man, Ivan Romeo, who is flying in the descent. 10 kilometers to go, mostly downhill and a small flat section. Come on, Ivan, keep on going. Last 3 kilometers, the gap is going down, It's 6 seconds. Yes, indeed, we are being caught right now, so this is not good because we don't have a sprint, but I will keep pacing. I know it's not smart. I know the others will outsprint me, but I want extra gap on everyone else in this race. And actually, Romeo might still make it. No, he won't. Lucas Nerurkar wins, and we finish just off the podium with Romeo. So a proper gap on the other GC riders here, though. So securing that second place even more. I know that last kilometer was pretty controversial, choosing to ride for my GC podium instead of trying to get the stage win, but I'm okay with it, to be honest. And because we kept on riding, all these people are on an extra 26 seconds in GC. Basically, I think we secured our top 4 in this race, which is fantastic. Now I want to secure my podium. And while I would say that our breakaway adventure with Fraile was far from perfect, we are still in the lead of KOM and comfortably. But I have to watch out in the points classification because Remco Evenepoel is coming in 3rd place on 5 points. Actually, despite Remco Evenepoel being the favorite for stage 5, this looks like a Mateusz Govikar stage. So yeah, let's go for this man's 3rd victory. In this stage, we are definitely attacking from the get-go. Fraile is ready, Ramos is ready, and there we go. Duo attack. Ouch, not exactly the rider I wanted in this breakaway. Brio Roland has joined us the 2nd in the KOM classification, so a real rival. But I think he's out of red energy, so I should be able to outsprint him here pretty easily. There we go, straight past him and to the line. Absolute perfection. 3 points for Freile. We're now on 25, so 9 points ahead. Fun fact, in the last 20 kilometers, the breakaway was caught, and I attacked again with Freile, now with a different Frenchman, which, that's better, because Roland was more of a danger. Nonetheless, our French amigo is dropping, so Freile will take the full points again at the second KOM. There we go, yoink, those are my KOM points, buddy. See, this is what I meant in PCM 25, of the peloton over-controlling the breakaway. Freile was a solo breakaway rider, but 10 teams collaborated to catch them. Actually, for the third time in this stage, Freile is attacking again to get KOM points. We don't get the full 3 points, but 2 points is still worth it. And actually, starting the next hill, the peloton is now 4 minutes behind, so they stopped overpacing, so I guess I'll have to pick up the points again. Omar Freile trying to go all out past Chomin Juaristi, and I don't... we get it. Nice. I thought we lost that for a second. Omar Freile is now on 33 points, so that is great. That's a comfortable lead with a single stage left. Anyway, Freile is literally standing still right now, waiting on the peloton because he's part of our lead out with Govekar, so I want him back in the peloton. Entering the last 20 kilometers and the final hill is coming. Pretty steep at the start, but it flattens out towards the top. Govekar with a -2 on the day. I only just noticed and I'm not too happy about it. On the climb now, it's all about survival. Come on, Mateusz. Ola, Lutsenko attacking with Evenepoel in the wheel. Freile is trying to close that down, but we have to balance it out because Govekar is suffering, but I think we're at the top. Yes, we are at the top, so Govekar survived. Last 5.5 kilometers, the road is going left and right as we speak. Come on, Mateusz. Keep on following, keep on following. Okamika can take over on 99, attacked by Ciccone and Remco, but the team is still in the wheel. The team is still in the wheel. Mintegi is ready to launch as well. Energy Shell way too late on both Govekar and Mintegi. Mintegi 99. Worst case, I'll go for Romeo, but Govekar is still somewhere over here. Romeo can launch the lead out. Let's just do it. We're going all out for Finch and for Govekar, who can sprint in a few meters. Come on, come on, come on. Right now, there we go. Let's try and come past. Romeo, Finch, Evenepoel, and Govekar. It's gonna be... Evenepoel's gonna win. Romeo's gonna win. It's gonna be super close. I don't know who wins. Ivan Romeo takes stage 5 of Itzulia Basque Country. That is amazing. I really thought that Remco Evenepoel was about to come out of my wheel and take over and win the stage, but no. Ivan Romeo keeps it until the line. But as you can tell, versatile sprint stages on PCM 25 are simply too easy. Romeo, Finch, Govekar, Mintegi, Okamika. I've got 5 riders in the top 7. But I think our second place is actually secure now. Vingegaard is now also over a minute behind, so that's great. And actually, I thought that Remco Evenepoel was about to take the points jersey, but no. Ivan Romeo does. Freile is also looking fantastic when it comes to KOM, but one big stage left. And of course, it's the usual medium mountain festival. We've got 3 first cat climbs, so 10 points per one of those climbs, so a lot of points are still available for KOM in this stage. This time Jonas Vingegaard is the favorite, not Remco Evenepoel, so that's a change. And of course with Romeo, I want to keep my second place in GC. And also the points classification. Oh la la, starting off with a +3 on Freile, so KOM is coming home, that's for sure. Freile has 76 medium mountain, Ramos joining him in the breakaway, so a 2-man attack again. Oh snap, this is a strong breakaway. Castrillo, Carapaz, Mas, and then Freile and Ramos. So these are some crazy climbers. But sadly, Ramos is off the back. On the first cat climb now, still in the breakaway, but the tempo is so significantly high that I'm having to go 87 just to follow the wheel. Actually, Richard Carapaz is being dropped and Freile is looking so fantastic right now that I think I can drop Enric Mas here. Is that happening? Yes, indeed. Omar Freile is riding off, has dropped super climbers like Mas and Carapaz in the running, but he's gonna take the full 10 points on top of the Azurki first climb. There we go, Freile. This is what I'm talking about. On the next big climb, 2 riders have joined us. Felix Gall, David Godu, quite proper climbers, but I'm hoping to beat them at this KOM point. Let's see if we can do so with a sprint right now. Come on, boy. Come on, Freile. Come on, Freile. I've got nothing. But I might finish ahead of Godu. I think I will. Actually, Gall somewhat sitting up. Yes. I think we took the full 10 points. Yeah, there we go. 55 points for Freile, so we're good. As long as Freile finishes, he's the winner of KOM. 20 kilometers to go and Freile and the breakaway have been caught. Mintegi is basically my only rider that has energy left outside of Romeo, but I should be fine. Because let's be honest, in the rest of the stage, there's not much to work with. Oh, is that a move by Jonas Vingegaard? Yes, indeed. Vingegaard is attacking Rodriguez in the wheel. Remco Evenepoel not responding at the moment, but Knox is trying to close it for him. I'm just trying to follow. Romeo, just hold on, buddy. Over the top in the wheel of Remco Evenepoel, but there is a gap to the front two riders. Jonas Vingegaard and Carlos Rodriguez have a gap of 20 seconds, but I reckon it's gonna get closed. Actually, I want to make a move on this climb right here. Very steep, very spiky. On the right side of the road, Romeo goes. Vingegaard attacking as well. Can I get to his wheel? Rodriguez in my wheel, but no Remco Evenepoel. Such a steep downhill. Evenepoel is coming. Evenepoel is closing it. And I think he's done it. Yes. Into the last 6 kilometers now, the group is basically back together, 12 riders, and there's one small hill left to come, and an intermediate sprint, and we've got some people sprinting for the intermediate sprint. That is a bit crazy. I want to attack right now on this small hill. There goes Romeo on the left side of the road. Perfection, 3.4k to go. Riders in my wheel, which I don't like, and it's literally everybody in my wheel. I'll go right now in the descent. Rodriguez is in the wheel, but if I just keep on sprinting and ignore the problem, then the problem is not there. Whoa, camera angle. Oh. They turned around. Last kilometer. Romeo versus Rodriguez. We've got a gap on the peloton behind. Come on, Romeo. Bonus seconds and a gap. And we might actually win GC. I don't know if it's possible. Romeo's going to win the stage right here. There we go. And... oh, la, 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 la. Romeo? Romeo? Has he done it? Has Romeo won GC? So, Romeo won the stage. 9 seconds on the road. Plus 10 bonus seconds. Yes, indeed. I think our man just won Itzulia Basque Country. Yes, we've done it. 3 seconds on Remco Evenepoel. Ivan Romeo won a World Tour stage race for our team. That is literally amazing. I can't believe it. I can't believe Romeo's done it. And of course, this man also deserves that polka dot jersey. Omar Fraile, after spending time in the breakaway nearly every stage, 66 points, absolute domination. And next to that, not one jersey, not 2 jerseys, 3 jerseys. Ivan Romeo takes the points jersey, a green one, forgot what color it was, but also a green jersey in this race. That's 3 jerseys already. And I reckon we might have the youth classification as well, because Romeo is basically a baby. He's 21. Yes, indeed, all 4 jerseys for Siroko for Endurance at Itzulia Basque Country. We dominated this race from start to finish. Honestly, at no point in this entire race was I thinking that Ivan Romeo could bring home the actual GC victory. But our man has quite literally delivered the impossible. 3 seconds on Remco Evenepoel with a fantastic last 2 kilometers in the stage. My goodness, that was a very stressful race. Hey, one thing is certain, winning GC, points and KOM and youth, that will give us quite a bit of prize money. And of course, we can't forget 4 stage wins in this race. Crazy. Itzulia 43,000 euros, so that is excellent. But I also received this email. This basically says that 5 teams have asked a wildcard for La Vuelta, but at the bottom it says, don't forget that 5 teams will receive a wildcard, but if 5 teams requested a wildcard and 5 teams will get a wildcard and Siroko is one of the 5 teams, then we will get a wildcard. So yeah, Siroko for Endurance is going to La Vuelta. By the way, a small update on our scouting. David Kuhar was the wonder kid we found in the last episode. You might remember that this man had a 5.5 star estimated potential. It is now confirmed that he indeed has 5.5 star potential. At the moment, 64 time trials, 65 cobble stat, and I think he's gonna be a strong cobbler. Honestly, a cobble time trialist kind of reminds me of Fabian Cancellara. When it comes to our team, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Dylan Finch has grown in stats. 71 sprint instead of maybe 70. Also, Unai Ramos is now 71 mountain, 70 medium mountain. But yeah, our trainers have been fired, so I don't know if these riders will keep developing. Anyway, time to take on our final race, and despite the last one being a World Tour race, this one is more important. The Vuelta Asturias, a 3-day stage race in a region important to our sponsor, Asturias. Starting off with a pretty cool medium mountain stage with the Alto del Cordal, 6.6k, 7.1%. And after that, basically 2 stages for, you know who, Mateusz Govecar. Because the Vuelta Asturias is so important for us, our team is basically the same as Itzulia Basque Country. Ivan Romeo as our GC leader, and Mateusz Govecar as our sprinter. And if I'm really honest, looking through the start list, it looks pretty beatable, yes. Marc Soler and Sofov are here, but that's about it. Siroko, our sponsor, wants us to get a top 3 at this race, and I think that's very possible. To be honest, we just won Itzulia, so we should win this race. By the way, as you can see on the right, La Vuelta a España gain an invitation for the race. We have indeed succeeded in that sponsor objective, so we've got our wild card. And actually, we also succeeded in winning 12 races as a season objective, so that's also a success. I've seen the comment section of the last video, and I know that some of you are frustrated by the fact that it's so easy for me to win in these races, but there's not much I can do about it. In the last week, I have spoken to the developers about certain specific issues like versatile sprint stages and hilly sprints, because those are the main issues. And well, they are looking into it, so hopefully in a couple of patches of PCM 25, we will see a better balanced game. Anyway, time to take on the UAE Trident, Pablo Torres, Marc Soler, Felix Großschartner, and try to win with Ivan Romeo. Oh, Vuelta Asturias is starting off pretty rainy, I see. We've got Govikar, doesn't matter for the stage. Where's our leader? Where's Romeo? -1 on the day, so not the start I was looking for. By the way, as I said earlier, this region, the Asturias, is a very important region to our sponsor, Siroko, the go-to place for both quality and affordable cycling kit. Myself, I've been using Siroko kit for the last 2 years now. Literally every Zwift or real cycling video I post is with a Siroko kit on. Whenever I promote Siroko as a brand, there's a link in the description for a 10% discount using code BenjiNasen or through the link itself. I am looking at the sales as we speak, and the most popular products are the men's Aspen bib shorts for about 50 euros, the women's Brabant bib shorts for about 60 euros. Anyway, if you want to try Siroko, go to the link in the description or use BenjiNasen as a code for 10% off the already discounted price. In doing so, you also support this series, so thank you. Anyway, halfway the stage, and in this wet descent, the peloton has split and Mr. Govikar is behind. Fortunately, he's not too important today, so my most important riders are at the front. Okay, entering the last 22 kilometers as we speak with 4 riders with energy in the front group here. Mintegi, Frale, Okamika and Romeo. Romeo's obviously the most important, but Iker Mintegi with a +3 on the day, so he's gonna be our luxury domestique. Okay, the final climb is starting, 6.6k at 7.1%. Not the steepest climb in the world, only 6 kilometers, so I think we should be fine to go 85, I think. Frale is now protecting with Energy Shell on, and the tempo is flying up at the moment. Soler is the one pacing already. Oh snap, that's an attack. Yes, indeed, Felix Großschartner. We need to follow that. Come on, Romeo. Keep on pacing. Mintegi in the wheel still. Both looking good. Can I make a bit of a move here? Can I bridge myself towards Felix Großschartner? I'll try to select both riders now, and how about we do a bit of a double attack from this second group, and there we go, there's our move. We've got a Movistar rider in the wheel, but we are catching up to Felix Großschartner. It is Guerrero in the wheel, almost at the top. Come on, Mintegi. Hold on now. Is the last few meters to the top a group of 8 riders, which does include quite a few fast men like Miquel. Come on, Mintegi, last 4.5 kilometers, get to the front. Romeo in the wheel as well. Sprint all out, both of you. It's a descent to the finish, so we can afford to do so. There goes Romeo on the right side of the road. Mintegi in the wheel, come on. Keep sprinting. Last 1.5 kilometers. Last kilometer, Romeo and Mintegi with Guerrero and Großschartner in the wheel. Looks like we might win. No, they'll come around. Someone's coming around. Miquel Pau on the right side of the road, and we won't even get second. 4th place with Mintegi and 6th place with Romeo. Considering this was the medium mountain stage, I was hoping to be able to get away over the top of that climb and drop everybody, but looks like we're gonna have to do the damage in the next 2 stages. Like 4th place and 6th place are not a bad spot to be in, but Miquel Pau, I'm kind of scared of him for the upcoming versatile sprints because he's a versatile sprinter. Basically, he can get bonus seconds there. For example, on stage 2, he's literally the second favorite. Nonetheless, there is no way I'll allow him to beat Mateusz Govikar, because Govikar is gonna have to win the stage. Okay, better weather this time around. That's a good start. +1 on Govikar, so 76 hill stat, not too important. 73 sprint stays the same, so I wish the sprint stat went up. Then again, based on his performances this season, I don't think he needs more sprint stat. If anything, he needs to get nerfed. I looked away from my screen for about 5 minutes, and suddenly Fincht and Frale are 12 minutes behind the peloton, so I'm not sure what happened, but they won't be useful for the rest of the stage. Anyway, entering the last 6.5 kilometers, nothing else happened in this entire stage. Mintegi can do 99, maybe 97. We don't want to go too early. Govikar in the wheel of Mr. Romeo. Steinar, get out of the way, buddy. We don't care about you. There we go. Energy Shell on Govikar, and our train is doing a perfect job at the moment. Last 2.8 kilometers. Romeo's ready to launch pretty soon. Not yet. 2.1, 1.8 right now. Govikar in the wheel. Okamika out of the way. last kilometer incoming, corner incoming, so I'll launch early. Then again, not a crazy corner, I might have launched too early, but Romeo might get bonus seconds. No, he won't, but Mateusz Govikar certainly wins again. Honestly, I'm complaining about a stage like this being too easy, but reality is Govikar should win this with this start list. Riders like Anders Voldagger are quite literally worse sprinters. But I do think it's a valid complaint that I am the only team with a proper sprint train at the end of a race like this. And in the end, that makes it easier for me to win. When it comes to the GC, no real changes. Romeo is now in 4th instead of Mintegi, so we just swapped around. But importantly, let's not forget that our sponsor wants a top 3, so we gotta find our way onto the podium. And stage 3 is not exactly the stage where I feel like I can take time with Romeo. If anything, it's a Govikar stage. But I guess I'll try to smash this last proper hill in the hopes that one of the riders on the podium doesn't have a good day. Mikuel, Großschartner or Baumann, we need to drop one of them. But taking a look at the last 10 kilometers of this race, they're actually quite steep climbs, so something is possible here. Then again, Ivan Romeo starting with a -2 on the day, that's not exactly what was in my plan. Anyway, 10 seconds is the gap in GC, so let's try to find 10 seconds. Okay then, last 13 kilometers and the first big climb is about to start. My team is at the front of the peloton and the road narrows, so it's good that we are at the front. Let's do 95 with Steinar. I want to keep myself in position because Movistar is speeding up with Oliveira. Come on, Steinar. Give ourselves a lead out on this climb. Fralle in your wheel looking perfect as well. He can take over with 90 right now. Steinar can protect a little bit longer. There goes Fralle. Keep it up, boys. Our team is at the front. Over the top of the climb and still a large group, but there comes an attack by Formulo. I want to go 99 into this descent. I want to make sure I'm at the front because I want to make my move on that final steep hill with Mr. Romeo. So let's get ready in the peloton. Mintegi in the wheel is ready for the attack. Almost. Fralle can do it first right now. There he goes. We're already sprinting, kind of. Mintegi is ready. Now Romeo can launch right now. Okamika, lose the wheel. Lose the wheel, Okamika. There we go. We've got a gap. We've got a gap. Romeo, keep on going. We need 10 seconds, buddy. Mintegi, you need to wait. Romeo, keep sprinting. I'm panicking. I'm fully panicking. Mintegi, wait and open the gap. And oh my god, where's the peloton? Bruh, they're not doing anything. They're literally gifting GC to Ivan Romeo, who wins the stage. Fralle comes in second, Mintegi comes in third, but what a stage victory. Too easy. It quite literally felt as if the computer-controlled riders were like, oh, Romeo's riding away, we give up. We don't even want to try chase that. Taking 29 seconds on the road, and as a consequence, Ivan Romeo is the new leader and the final leader of the Vuelta Asturias. Ivan Romeo takes it home. And actually, our man also takes home the points classification and the youth jersey, so we're racking up the jerseys here. To be honest, it was a good plan. Every single one of our competitors thought, oh, this man is going for Govikar at the end of his sprint train. No, we decided to cut our sprint train in half and attack with the first half, which included Romeo, and this is the result. That said, I wish there was a little bit more competition because no one else really tried. But in the end, Ivan Romeo came in clutch to secure that top 3 we needed for a sponsor. There we go, not just a success, but a super success. Mateusz Govikar is now on 15 victories and Ivan Romeo on 9 victories, while our team is on 24 victories in total. Second most winning team in the world behind UAE Team Emirates. I think it's fair to say it's been a very successful season so far. Maybe a little bit too easy, to be honest. Thanks to our fantastic performances at the Vuelta Asturias, 14.2k in the bank prize money. It's not much, but it's honest work. Anyway, that brings us to a very important email: transfers, preparation of dossiers. So it's that time of the year we can start selecting our riders that we want to sign for next season. Basically, on the right side we can see a list of riders that are available to sign for next season. It is still fairly early in the season, so I can't actually sign these riders yet, but I can already open a dossier with them. For example, Roger Adria is a rider available on the transfer market, but he's not exactly too interested in joining our team. If I decide to open a dossier with him, he will gather interest over the coming months until the transfer market opens. So basically, he'll become more interested in joining the team. Anyway, that's how this system works. Now, I've gone through this list quite a few times, and there's a few riders I definitely want to sign for next season, and this is our first one. The one and only Jakob Omerzel, 19 years old, from Slovenia, 71 mountain, 74 medium mountain, 73 Hillstad. My man is talented, a Slovenian wonderkid. The one downside I do see is that his time trials potential is not exactly that high, so more of a pure climber. This man is hopefully our first signing for the next season. Now, there's quite a few other riders I do want to sign, but that's gonna be for the next episode. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!